To talk about Chase's progress in his classes. You had some concerns about his grades.
Yeah, well, he brought home his report card, and nowhere near where we feel as a family he should be right now. He should have we should have at least a B based on what I feel he can accomplish. Um, and right now, I'm actually quite disappointed with the fact he hasn't received any help from you guys at all.
Okay. What has he told you anything about his experiences in class? Like what he's going through, what he needs,
He
or what
just
he's getting?
he just says he's not getting any support from anyone, that he's trying and no one's there to help him.
Okay.
And so that's quite frustrating, to be quite frank, because that's part of. Isn't that what you do? Isn't that what? That's kind of what you're supposed to be doing for a living, isn't it?
So right now in the classroom, he qualifies. You know that he qualifies for certain things.
Like what?
So he's, as we discussed at the beginning of the year, he has a learning disability that affects his reading and his writing. So what that means is that he has access to a support worker, an educational assistant that's in the classroom with him. So there's obviously like the regular classroom teacher, and then there's the EA.
Mm-hmm.
And she is able to do things like read for him if he wants it, write things down for him, such as the notes or whatever the assignment is that day, or if he's, say, writing a story, she can write it down for him, and he just dictates. If he doesn't want the actual person to do that for him, he is allowed access to a computer in order to do those things.
Okay. Well, based on what Chase is telling me, none of this is actually happening.
Okay. Has he told you why it's not happening?
No, I just, by the sound of it, he just says, and it sounds like he's just saying he's just not getting the support. He's just not getting the help that he tells me that he wants.
Okay. So, more recently, what we've noticed in the classroom between the teacher and the EA and myself is that when he's offered the support, he refuses. And so the EA, who is Miss Broussard right now, she will ask him if he wants her to read something to him. He'll say no. He'll refuse he'll refuse writing. He'll refuse to use his iPad. He does not want to go out of the classroom to use a computer. So right now what's happening, especially if he gets pushed to do those things or to take those things, then he gets upset and ends up leaving the classroom completely. And then becomes a discipline issue because often there's angry words towards the teachers or the EAs that are in the building.
Have you tried forcing him? I feel he's a child. He needs the structure. So kind of your job is to make sure he has that, whether he likes it or not. I mean, we need him to succeed right now. Like the B, I really have B in mind as a score that we want for him, so he can have a good shot at getting a good education down the road.
I have no answers for you. What are there any suggestions that you might have that would work so that we can get him to be more accepting of the help that we're offering?
Well, how are your support staff actually approaching him? How are they trying to introduce this help to him?
Typically, I believe they just outright ask him. They do not just start doing something for him, but they just ask him if he would like them to do a particular thing, whether it's reading or writing, helping him organize his stuff.
Okay. Well, I feel maybe it's a matter of me as a parent having a discussion with him, I guess, now that I'm hearing this side of things, and making sure he knows he has to be able to ask for the help. I think the biggest part of this is he just wants to feel the same as every other kid. And I want him to be able to feel that. There's no reason that he should feel like he's, you know, See, I'm trying to find the words here, but it makes no sense because I want you to force it on him, but then I want him to feel like every other kid, which is totally contradictory. Like you sit down and you listen to what I have to tell you in front of all these other kids, but I want you to feel just like every other kid here, even though I'm singling you out.
Which is the hard part about getting service for a kid is because they always want to fit in. They're teenagers. They want to fit in with each other.
Yeah.
It's very important for them to fit in with their peers. And so anything that makes them look different, like getting help, is a bad thing. Automatically, bad thing.
So would it,
We can try to get the EAs to maybe be a little more discreet in the way that they ask. Some students, what we've worked on is signals,
okay.
whether it's, I mean, he doesn't, oh, he has been wearing a red ball hat actually lately. So if it's a matter of he takes his hat and he puts it on the desk, and that's his way of saying, hey, I need a hand with something, so be it.
Mhm.
We can work on some sort of signal,
That might be a
something
good
that makes
idea.
him more comfortable asking for help. Um,